Hey, what's up friends? Welcome to this class. Thank you for tuning into this video. Today it's going to be a little different setting. I'm out in a nice beautiful garden. Got the sun setting over to my right. It's a little bit hot, but there's a nice cool breeze. Just put a little towel down. I'm going to do a nice strong flow, about 40 minutes. So all you really need is a mat if you want to practice outside like I'm doing. Maybe you have a patch of grass nearby, then feel free to do that. It's nice to kind of change up the setting of your practice. Not really a solid ground here, which sometimes is good. Sometimes it's just good to shake up your practice. If you're always used to practicing in a nice indoor environment, nice and cool, maybe shake it up and do something outside. If you need a block, if you use a block in your practice, have one ready. Otherwise, as always, your breath. So let's get started at the back of our mat in Vajrasana. If you can't sit in Vajrasana for too long, then either put a block underneath your butt or just simply sit in a cross-legged position in easy pose. So place the hands on the lap or on the thighs, maybe close your eyes, and immediately come to the breath. Breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Feeling the belly expand with all the air that you're taking in. Feel your hips or the shins on the ground. Start to deepen that breath. Come to a nice breathing rhythm that you'll be able to maintain throughout this sequence. Remembering to always guide yourself using the breath being at the forefront of the practice, guiding us in and out of each pose and allowing us to settle in each posture as well. Maybe set yourself an intention for this practice. Maybe just simple gratitude. Let's slowly blink the eyes open if you had them closed. Let's bring the right hand out to the side, the palm of the hand facing down. Inhale, reach that left arm up and over the head and take a nice side stretch to the right. Tilting that chest slightly upward, so not collapsing the chest. Maybe bending that right arm at the elbow just a little bit to kind of deepen this stretch. Inhale, come back up to center. Let's place the left hand out to your left. Bring that right arm up and over the head. As you inhale, side stretch to the left. Again, keeping that chest nice and tilted, slightly upward, almost like you're opening up to the sky. Inhale, come back up to center. I'll rearrange on my mat. You should be at the back. Let's do a little bit of spinal segmentation, so cat-cow. So bring the hands beneath the shoulders. You can untuck the toes if you like. And as you inhale, let's start to arch the spine downward, beginning at the base of our spine, moving all the way up. Finally up to the neck, lifting the head. And then exhale, we roll that spine up, so round the back, press into the ground. Inhale, arch the spine. Exhale, round. Pressing into the ground. Inhale, arch the spine, last one. Exhale, round the back. Good. Tuck the toes under. Bring the heels back, or rather the hips back onto the heels. Press into the hands. Now focus on pressing into the index and thumb. Let's keep those arms straight and then move forward and then back just to warm up the wrists. Forward, back, forward, back. Good. Now point the fingers slightly inward. Same thing, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. Good. Point the hands slightly outward, forward, back, forward, back. Last one, forward, back. Good. Let's point the fingers to the knees, so stretching out those forearms, keeping the arms straight. Maybe bending one elbow and then the other. Good. Let's peel those palms off the ground, shake out the wrists. Maybe interlace the fingers, roll out the wrists. Switch sides. Good. Now walk the hands forward. Keep the hips above the knees, so we're going to meet in a puppy pose. Really reach those hands forward. Reach the chest down towards the ground. Feel that stretch. The insides of the shoulders opening up. The upper back, your thoracic spine, before we come into a nice downward dog. Inhale, lift up, bring the hands slightly back. Toes are tucked, and just extend the legs into downward facing dog. So you can keep the knees bent here, pedal out the legs. Press into the hands, into the fingers. Reaching that chest towards the thighs. Inhale, come high onto the toes. Exhale, let's walk the feet to the front of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Straighten that spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Last one. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees. Let's roll up the spine very slowly. Take a couple of breaths. Inhale, swing those arms up. Exhale, hands to chest in prayer. Let's start with the sun salutation A. Inhale, swing the arms up. Palms touch. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step the feet back into plank pose. Let's lower all the way down. Inhale, press into the hands. Keep those arms slightly bent for cobra. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, press up, keep those knees down. Knees lift up into plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come high onto the toes. Exhale, walk the feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees, roll up the spine. Swing those arms up. Exhale, hands to chest. Inhale, sit back into chair pose. So bend those knees. Think about a 90-degree angle. Thighs kind of reaching parallel to the ground. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step the feet back. Plank pose. Take a breath here. Exhale, let's lower down to chaturanga. Inhale, untuck the toes. upward dog. Engage the glute, broaden the collarbones. Exhale, hips up and back, downward dog. Inhale, lift that right leg up, three-legged dog. Keep that right shoulder from lifting up, so keep it in line with the chest. Exhale, right foot between the hands. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Back foot is turned in a little bit. Heel is on the ground. Hips are facing forward. So a nice closed hip, standing balance. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, swing the arms down. Step that right foot back. Chaturanga, lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lift that left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, step the left leg between the hands, drop that right heel. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, slowly sink a little deeper into that left thigh. Deep breath in. Exhale, swing those hands down, step that left foot back to meet the right. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come high onto the toes, step or hop the feet forward for a forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, rise up to chair. Arms above the head, holding it here for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, straighten the legs, hands to chest, mountain. Good. Inhale, swing those arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step or float the feet back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Good. Let's inhale, wave the spine into a plank pose. Now we have 2 options here. Option 1, bring the knees down. We do a push-up. Lift back up, lift the knees up, step the right foot outside of the right hand. We're going to reach our right arm forward, move into that right leg, and then step that left leg through. Keep the hips high and lifted, and then bring it back. Bring the hand back down, step the right foot back to meet the left. I'm going to do regular push-ups so you can bring the knees down. Do another push-up here. Come back up, step the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Reach that right arm or left arm forward, press into the right hand. Move forward into the left leg, step that right leg through, and then bring it back. Left hand back down. Let's do one more each side. Push up here. Press back up, right foot outside of right hand. Reach that right arm forward. Weight in your left hand. Step that left leg through, and then back. Last one, other side. Do a push-up. Left leg outside of left hand. Reach that left arm forward. Step that right leg through, and then back. Left hand down, left leg to meet the right. Good. Let's hold this plank for 3 more breaths. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lift that right leg up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step the right foot between the hands. Inhale, rise up for crescent lunge. Left knee is lifted. Right thigh nice and strong. Broaden those collarbones, so roll the shoulders away from the ears, away from the neck. Breathing here. 2 more breaths. Good. On our next inhale, let's reach that left arm forward, right arm back for a revolve twist. Good. We're going to meet in a side plank on the left. So you have two options to get there. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring that left hand down to the mat. Step that right foot on top of the left. If you need to bring your right hand down as well for support, do that. You can have your feet either stacked or one in front of the other. Reach that right arm up. If you want more of a balance challenge, gaze up at your right hand. Side plank here. 3 more breaths. Good. Inhale, lift that right leg up off the left for starfish. Bend that right knee. If you want to bring your right hand down to help you into a low lunge, then do it. Or step that right foot slowly towards the front of the mat. Drop that left knee, untuck the toes, inhale. Rise up for low lunge. Engage the left glute. Reach that left hip flexor. Forward and down. Feeling a nice stretch in your upper thigh. Good. On your exhale, bring those hands down. Heel toe that right foot forward if you need to. We're going to meet in a half split. So move those hips back. Make sure your left hip is just about over your left knee. And then fold forward over your right leg. Always leading with the chest. Always using the breath to deepen your postures, your stretches. So inhaling, creating space. And then exhaling, folding. Got a few flies buzzing around here. Helps with the practice. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, let's bend that right foot. Rise back up to low lunge. Good, let's tuck the back foot under, tuck the toes under. And then on our inhale, we're going to lift that left knee back into a crescent. Holding this crescent for 3 breaths. On your next inhale, let's move the arms forward. We'll meet in a warrior 3 prep. Bring the hands down onto the ground or on blocks. Really reaching that left leg back. Lower that left hip. Try and get it in line with the right. So not opening up those hips, but keeping it nice and closed. Using your hands here for support. Good. On your next inhale, let's bend the left knee. Tap that knee onto the outside of your right calf for a Shiva squat. Inhale, rise back up to warrior 3 prep. Exhale, tap the left knee outside of the right calf. Inhale, back up. Exhale, tap the left knee inside of the right calf or outside of the right calf. Inhale, rise back up. Good. Hold it here. Maybe bring those hands to the chest for warrior 3. Regular warrior 3. Inhale, let's slowly rise up. Bring the knee up towards the chest. Balance here. Feel into all 4 corners of that right foot. Give yourself a nice balance. We'll have 2 options here. First option is to stay like this. Just a regular balance. If you have trouble in one-legged standing balances, then just focus on standing in this balance. Option 2, bring your right hand to the outside of your left knee and take a little twist. So turn your body over to the left. If you want a slightly more difficult balance, then you can gaze back. And then the last option is grab the outside of the left foot and extend that left leg as much as you can. You don't need to straighten it. It doesn't matter. If it's slightly bent, as mine is now, again, you can gaze backward if you want more of a challenge in balance here. Good. Let's take one last deep breath in. Exhale, let go of the foot if you had it grabbed. We're going to reach that right arm forward, left arm back for a half moon. So bring your hand down onto a block or onto the mat or the ground. If you want, you can take a bind here, grabbing that left foot, giving yourself a nice thigh stretch, opening up the hips. Good. Undo that bind. Let's rise back up for a tree pose. I know the leg is probably burning now. Hands to chest. Nice straight line from the top of your head all the way down to your right heel. Reach that left leg back slightly. So the foot is anywhere on the inside of your right leg, above or below the knee. Inhale, let's bring that knee up towards the chest. Exhale, step it all the way back for Prasarita. Turn the toes in, the heels out. Interlace the fingers behind the back. We'll come into Prasarita C. So inhale, open the chest up, taking a little back bend. Exhale, fold forward. Reach those hands behind you, so up and over the head. Feeling a nice stretch in the shoulders. Good. Unhook those hands, bring the hands down to the ground. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, hands to the hips. Inhale, rise up. Good. Let's turn the heels in and the toes out. We're going to meet in a goddess pose. So take a deep breath here. Bring the hands up and over the head. Palms are facing each other. And then exhale, lower those hips, bend those knees. Tuck the pelvis under. So think about a nice straight line from the top of your head all the way down to your pelvis, to the hips. Last breath here. Inhale, rise up just halfway. Don't straighten the legs all the way. Bring the hands out to the side. Point the palms downward. And then exhale, lower back into goddess. 3 deep breaths here. Focus back on the breath. Focus back on that intention. Inhale, lift up halfway. Bring the hands to the chest in prayer. Exhale, lower back. 3 more breaths. Focusing on deep inhalations and exhalations. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, let's go into a Skandasana to the left. So bend that left knee, keep that right leg straight. Doesn't matter if the left heel is lifted, that's fine. We're here for just a couple of breaths. Good. Let's inhale. Press into that left leg, move forward. We meet in a plank pose. So step that right foot back. Organize yourself here. We're going to hold this plank for 30 seconds. So press into the fingers, press into the hands, push the floor away. Engage the core, tuck that tailbone under. Nice straight line in this plank. Last deep breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Let's do the other side. Inhale, lift that left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, step the left foot between the hands. Inhale, rise up for crescent lunge. Try and sink deeper into that left quad. Your back knee can be bent or straight. Keeping that chest nice and open, the shoulders rolled away from the neck. Next inhale, take a twist, right arm forward, left arm back, open up that body over to your left. Revolved crescent twist, really reaching those arms forward and back, creating a nice opening, a nice twist at your hips in the core. On your next exhale, we're going to meet in a side plank. Again, two options. You can exhale, bring that right hand down, collapse that left knee, step the left foot on top of the right, or bring that left hand down to help you. Feet can be stacked or one in front of the other. If you want, you can even bring that left foot in front of the hips for just more balance, or bring the knee down. Gaze up at the left hand if you want. Good. We're going to meet in a low lunge. Again, a couple of options here. I'm going to take starfish. So inhale, lift that left leg up off of the right. Bend that left knee. Slowly step that left foot to the inside of the right hand. Front of the mat, drop the right knee, untuck the toes. Inhale, rise up for a low lunge. Engage the right glute, reach the right hip flexor forward and down. Exhale, bring the hands down. Heel toe the left foot forward if you need to. Coming into a half split. Move the hips back, right hip over left knee. Point those left toes, so kind of keep your left foot a little flexed. And then fold forward over the left thigh. Inhale, let's bend that left knee, rearrange the foot. Let's rise up back to a low lunge. Let's tuck the right toes under. Inhale, lift back up to a crescent. Breathing here. Inhale, move that body forward, bring the hands down onto the ground for warrior three prep. Right foot can be pointed down or pointed to the back of the room, but make it intentional, whatever it is that you do. Straighten that right leg as much as you can, lower the right hip. Let's do 3 Shiva squats here. So bend that right knee, exhale, tap the right knee to the outside of the left calf. Inhale, rise back up. Warrior three prep. 2 more. Exhale, knee to calf. Inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to calf. Inhale, back up. Good. If you want to come into a regular warrior three, lift those hands up, bring them over to your chest in prayer. Let's inhale, slowly rise up. Bring that right knee up to the chest. So you have a few options here. One option is just to stay here. We're just balancing. It's nice, you're working out the left foot. Option 2, left hand goes to the outside of the right knee. Hard to keep my balance here. Right arm pointing back. Nice twist. Or option 3, grab the outside of the right foot and then extend that leg. Trying to keep balanced on this grass. Extend it as much as you can. Doesn't matter if it's not straight. Gazing at one point or gazing behind you at the hand. Good. Let's release that bind. We're going to move forward here. So bring that hand, that left hand forward, right leg back into a half moon. Opening up to the side, stacking those hips. If you want, bend that right leg. Take a little bind for a nice quadricep stretch. Really turning that chest open to the right. Release that bind if you took it. Let's inhale, bend the left knee, slowly rise back up. Hook that right foot to the inside of your left leg, anywhere above or below the knee for a tree pose. Hands to chest, gazing down or forward at one point to keep your balance. Remember to kind of pull that right knee slightly back to open up the hip. Good. Inhale, bring that right knee back up to the chest. And then exhale, let's swing that right foot back and meet in a prasarita. So again, turn the toes in, heels out. Hands to the hips. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, fold forward. Now, option here to take a tripod. Only do it if you're comfortable doing a tripod and coming inverted, but this is an opportunity to come inverted. So you can keep the hands right beneath the chest, sort of at shoulder width apart. You can drop your head and then slowly lift the legs up for a tripod. Be careful with the neck here. Point those toes. Take a few breaths here. And when you want to come out of tripod, very slowly, open up the legs. Bring those hips down. And then drop the feet. Let's inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, bring the hands over to the hips. Inhale, rise up. Good. Let's take a deep breath here. Bring the hands up and over the head. Let's turn those heels in, toes out. We're going to come back into a goddess. So take a deep breath here. Exhale, lower down. Goddess pose. 3 breaths. Inhale, come up halfway. Bring the hands out to the side. Palms are facing down. Exhale, lower back to goddess. 3 breaths. Remember to tuck that pelvis under, so you don't want to be moving forward. You don't want your butt to be sticking out. Think of a nice long line from the top of your head to the bottom of your tailbone. Inhale, lift up halfway. Hands to chest, last one. Exhale, lower down. Goddess. Inhale, straighten the legs. Let's take a side lunge, spider lunge to the right, Skandasana. Hands to chest. Inhale, let's move forward, press into that right leg. We're going to meet in a plank pose. Step that left foot back. Clean up the plank. So wrists right below the shoulders. Pushing the ground away. Tucking that tailbone under. Engaging in that glute. Engaging in that core, sorry. Holding this plank and breathing. Reconnecting to the breath. Last deep breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. We will all meet in a squat malasana. So whatever you want to do to get there, you can take a few hops, you can float, you can handstand. We'll all meet in a squat at the front of our mat. Good, bring the hands to the chest. Hook those elbows to the inside of your thighs. Give yourself a little groin stretch here. Last deep breath in. Exhale, let's lower the hips down. Extend the legs. So you have a couple of options here. We're going to meet in a boat pose. You can keep your legs bent like this. Open up that chest, engage the core, point the toes. You can bring the feet down so the heels are down, giving you support. Or you can extend those legs, point the toes up, open up that chest, point the arms forward. Maybe engage the pelvic floor. So flexing. Flexing the butt basically. Inhale, let's lower down to low boat. So keep those legs hovering, keep the upper back lifted, peeled off the ground. We're here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, lower, bend the knees. We meet in a half shavasana. I'll get arranged on my mat. You're probably already centered. Bring the hands to the sides of your hips, palms facing down. And then inhale. First bring your heels towards the glutes. And then inhale, lift the hips up for bridge pose. Breathing here. Two more breaths. Exhale, lower the hips. Good. Now a couple of options. You can take another bridge if you're fine doing that, which is completely fine. Or if you want to do a deeper back bend, we can come into a wheel pose. So bring the hands to each side of your ears, the heads. The fingers are pointing to the front of your mat. And then as you inhale, you lift those hips up like you're coming into bridge, and then press into the hands and open up for a wheel pose. Really focusing on opening the front body. So really moving that stretch up towards the chest, reaching the chest forward. So really trying to get those shoulders kind of more above the wrists. Spend a few breaths here. I'd say at least 7 to 10 breaths. Remember to keep your glutes engaged as much as you can. And then focusing on opening up that front body. Last deep breath in. For me at least, you can obviously stay in this wheel for a few more breaths. I will lower back down. Good. Hang out here for just a couple of breaths. Let's hug the knees into the chest. Let's do some circles here. So grab your knees and just kind of do some clockwise or counterclockwise circles a few times, maybe 4 or 5 times, and then switch sides. Good. Bring the feet back down to the mat. Let's rise up into a staff pose, hanging out in this staff pose for a couple of breaths before we go into a forward fold. Not very recommended to go immediately from a back bend to a forward fold, so we'll take some time. Inhale, straighten that spine, reach the hands up and over you, and then exhale, let's fold forward. Focusing on bringing those forearms down to your mat before touching the feet, really reaching forward with the chest, leading with the chest for this fold. Inhale, let's slowly rise up. Good. Move forward a little bit on your mat. Let's bend that right knee a lot. Bring it kind of in towards your groin. Reach that left leg back. Toes are untucked. You're on the top of your left foot. Right foot is flexed. We're coming into a pigeon pose. So inhale, open up that chest. You're free to stay here if you want. Or if you'd like to fold forward, then reach that chest down, bring the forearms down. You can rest your forehead onto the hands. Make sure that knee is bent a lot. You don't want to kind of put too much pressure on the knee by keeping a bigger angle in the knee. If you're comfortable doing that and you know your body, then by all means go ahead. But just to be on the safe side, I normally cue this with a fully bent leg. Inhale, let's slowly rise up. Let's switch sides. So swing that left leg forward. That right leg comes back. Again, bend that left knee a lot. Keep your left foot flexed. Untuck the right toes. Inhale, open up that chest. You can always stay here, or if you want a deeper stretch, then just fold forward over the left leg. Bring the forearms down. Inhale, let's slowly rise up. Swing the right leg forward. And then let's all come down onto our backs. Let's cross that right leg over the left. Scoot the hips over to the right a little bit and then drop the knees over to the left. Right arm straight out to the right or bent at 90 degrees in cactus. Maybe you feel a little stretch in the shoulder and chest. You can place your left hand on knee or thigh to kind of add a little bit of weight and deepen this twist. Beautiful sunset flow here. Birds are chirping. I got trees all around. Got a tree above me that you can't see. But it's beautiful to practice outside. Inhale, bring those knees back to center. Uncross the right leg over the left. And let's switch sides. So cross the left over the right. Scoot the hips over to your left. And then drop the knees to the right side. Left arm extended out to the left, straight or bent at 90 degrees. Again, you can place your right hand on top of your left leg just to deepen this twist. Inhale, come back to center, uncross those legs. Let's bring the knees towards the chest, grab the outsides of the feet, and then pull the knees down for happy baby. Let's all hug the knees into the chest. Let's do 3 double inhales followed by a long exhale here. So you're simply taking a full breath in, but you're pausing in the middle of your inhalation for just a second, and then taking another breath in, and then exhaling it all out through the mouth. So I'll do it with you. Maybe you can hear my breath just so you have a better idea. So let's take a deep breath in. Open mouth. Exhale. Inhale. Open mouth. Exhale. Inhale. Open mouth. Exhale. Extend the legs forward. Bring the hands by your side, palms of the hands facing the ceiling or the sky if you're outside like me. Closing the eyes, taking all the space you need here, so really getting as comfortable as you can for the last posture, the last pose of our practice, Shavasana. I'll allow you to just lie here in silence. Hopefully you can hear what I'm hearing, birds, maybe a little bit of wind. Just tuning into that. Tuning into all the life around. Relinquishing all control of the body. Sending that light of awareness that you have to invite deeper relaxation to all parts of the body. Nothing to do here but sit in observation, in silence, in open awareness. Just tuning in. Slowly begin to invite some movement, maybe in the toes and the fingers. Begin to feel your body on your mat, on the ground, the support of earth. And slowly turn over onto your right side. Maybe use that right hand as sort of a pillow for your head. Resting here for a couple of breaths. And then as you inhale, you slowly rise up into a seated position. Keep those eyes closed. Bring the hands onto the knees or the lap, whatever your body is feeling. Bring the hands to the chest if that's comfortable for you. Maybe take a moment to just give thanks to your life, the life you have, the fact that you're here, you're healthy, you're able to move in this way. Thinking about things that you're grateful for, family, friends, whatever it is. Just taking a moment to be grateful. Sealing this practice with simple gratitude. Thank you all so much for practicing with me. I hope you enjoyed this practice, and I hope to see you here again soon on the mat. Namaste.